Man, this shit is getting crazy. Never seems to amaze me. I think the devil's trying to play me. Oh, Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Use Your Own Intelligence podcast. I am your host, Fritz, and today I want to get straight into it, man, as I usually do, all right? I basically want to just talk about, as I've always talked about in previous episodes, man, I got to keep constantly reminding you guys how government and corporations are constantly working hand in hand, and they're not doing it in the best interest of the American people. I mean, if it's not example out of example that has proven that, the most recent example with, these LA wildfires, I want to ask you guys a serious question. And please take your time to answer it in the comment section. How has Governor Newsom and these insurance companies managed to get away with such an atrocity? Can y'all help me understand that? I don't know what the repercussions are going to be, or if there's going to be any, due to the lack of unity the American people have and how we suffer so much from unity, okay? What a coincidence that months prior to the wildfire, the insurance companies in California withdrew from the state of California, just months before the worst wildfire that California has ever seen in history. We're up to, $150 billion right now in damages. This is one hell of an atrocity. This goes to very much show that small group of people that are in charge of our tax dollars and just, calling the shots, they're not doing a good job, ladies and gentlemen. And to make matters worse, we the people, we just keep allowing it. There's no pressure on public servants nowadays. I don't think ever, if there ever was a case, if there was, please let me know when we actually had public servants that did what the people wanted. But the more and more I've born and raised in America, I've witnessed that, our public servants don't, for the most part, don't really do a good job. It's usually their self-interest and something else that they're really trying to get done that has little to do with the people, because to have the worst wildfires in a place like California. Now, if y'all don't know, California is literally surrounded by water. And for years now, Californians have this issue with water supply, which I don't understand. With basically now we have, water treatment facilities that we can build that can actually purify salt water and things of that nature. We've been having, an abundance, a situation with having an abundance of water, even though we're next to a whole bunch of body of water. All right. And what makes matters even worse, we have what they call the Wonderful family, I guess. And what's the other family name? I think it's BG, or let me get this right. J.G. Boswell. So we have the Wonderful Company and J.G. Boswell's are private companies who basically own majority of the water in California. Now, I don't even know if that even should be legal, especially due to what just took place. It clearly shows that, that's, to me, that's just very disturbing, to say the least. All right. Situations like this, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to continue to happen until the American people set aside their differences. So, this idiotic thing that we like to do, where we like to call ourselves either Democrat or Republican, I hope you guys are understanding how it's becoming more of a cancer every day, every year, every election. I keep stressing to the American people, if you don't go back or just go straight up to being American and really set aside your differences, the small group of people that run this country and these corporations and these certain families and whatnot, they're going to continue to screw you over. They're going to be able to manipulate the majority of you guys, especially because I know majority of you guys don't know better. Because if you didn't know better, we would all come together and do better. But we continue to be manipulated. How you think they're able to get away with withdrawing out of the state of California, of all places, which is known for wildfires, ladies and gentlemen? How did Governor Newsom, or just the California government itself, how could you let insurance companies who have people like us, the common, taxpayer, or the people that they demand to have insurance, that they even make have insurance? It's not even our choice a lot of times. We fatten up these insurance companies' pockets. And then when we need them the most, they're able to just, withdraw and leave the state and say, hey, sorry, we got to go. I guess we have feelings that, these wildfires, we don't want to cover anymore because it's getting that bad. And when your house burned down, your cars and all your personal belongings and everything that means so much to you, when it all burns down, you can figure it out on your own. But thanks for the money that you've been paying me for all these years. How does that sound to you, ladies and gentlemen, that these things are happening? With our hardworking tax dollars or just our hardworking earnings in general. You understand what I'm saying? It's the fact that we're constantly letting the government get away with these BS is what's making me very uncomfortable. Every day every other week or so, I got to make an episode to talk to the common folk to get them to truly understand how stupid they sound when they stay devices and they want to play the blame game on whether being Democrat or Republican. As if you guys are still not getting it. It's the most frustrating thing to go down my news feed or just my social media and you just see that people are not getting it. They rather stay divided and say, no, it's your fault. It's your group of people's fault. You guys are dumb. No, you guys are dumb. No, we both looking dumb right now. And the rich are looking very smart and evil and very manipulative. It's we the people that all look dumb. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, you're not really saying much. You're not doing much. You're like a peasant peon in this game that's being played. You're getting manipulated. You're getting yourself taken advantage of. And all that's happening is they're fattening their pockets. This government, these corporations, they're going to continue to fatten these pockets. They're going to be good. Their kids are going to be good. This small group of people is continue to thrive while you, the common person, the common man and woman, are going to continue to be manipulated and struggle. And you're going to continue to struggle. I'm going to say it again. How is California, a place surrounded by water, known for wildfires, lacking water, one of the richest places in the world, ladies and gentlemen, have failed to set up an infrastructure to protect their home from wildfires, which they know are common within the area? They didn't have the infrastructure for it. A place surrounded by waters. This is not like it's Oklahoma or somewhere in middle of America. This was a coastal state, one of the richest places in the world, surrounded by beaches and waters, had failed to set up an infrastructure to keep their damages to a minimum when this major historic wildfire came. And to make matters worse, I got to repeat, Governor Newsom and the insurance companies Governor Newsom allowed insurance companies to withdraw months before the most major wildfire that ever happened in California, raising the same suspicions that there were in Hawaii. And I haven't even checked up on those people in Hawaii to see how they're doing, but I'm pretty sure the government has how do you even, let me tell you something. I don't know if you guys truly understand how, losing everything is. I mean, I've taken a loss recently just in my small business, and I'm literally just now recovering. And my loss took place in August. I had a big loss in August, and literally just now I'm back to normal now, where I could start receiving the profits that I was to receive. It took me 5 months, ladies and gentlemen. So imagine what's happening to people that are losing everything. Your house, everything, your cars, everything burns down, and there's no insurance company to cover not a goddamn cent of it. Where is this country going? Let's be honest. Where are we headed? So, and then we have our current leader now who's coming into office on the 20th, who's going to be inaugurated. He's constantly telling us we're in deep trouble. This country is facing problems that we've never seen before. This is coming out of our, the leader of the free world's mouth. And then you have these examples that are happening where California literally has this historic fire, and the insurance company, I got to keep repeating this, is able to withdraw with no responsibility of paying those people off as they should, leaving those people to fend for themselves. By God, people, why do we have insurance? Why do we have taxes? Why are we paying these people? Why do we constantly continue to be manipulated by a small group of people who shows over and over to care less about us and serve their own interest, and would rather serve their own interest? Please help me understand. Why do we do this? Why have we, the people, become so idiotic? Why are we so weak? Why are we so dumb? Let's be straight up and honest here. How did it get this bad? The country with the right to bear arms, where everybody and their mother is carrying the right to bear arms. How are we allowing such a small group of people to manipulate and take so much advantage of us to this extent. We pay our taxes, we pay our insurance, we're forced to pay all these things. We pay it, and constantly, over and over, our public servants let us down. The people that we pay to make things right and to do what we voted them to do are able to make excuses and blame each other while their pockets get fat and their kids stay wealthy and everything else. They're constantly able to make excuses and blame each other and say, hey, you know that thing we told you and you voted me in for? I couldn't do it because this party wouldn't allow me to, or this governor or this congressman wouldn't allow me. And we sit back as idiots and we're like, oh, yeah, you're right. I see. And we're able to let them get away with it and be manipulated to that extent. If y'all don't feel like when is enough enough? I constantly got to keep asking that on Use Your Own Intelligence podcast. When the hell is enough enough? I don't understand the stupidity of the American people these days, man. And why is the lack of this much unity? What is it going to, how many catastrophic events is it going to take for us to say, you know what, we're about sick and tired of y'all ass? You know those billions of dollars and trillions of dollars we constantly keep feeding your system for you to do right by us. So when things like this happen, we're good. Everything is well taken care of, because this is what's the point of having insurance, right? This is why you buy a home and you pay homeowner insurance, right? To be protected, right? Because in that case, let me keep my damn money, stop charging me, and I'll fix things myself. It's by God I will. And I will unify with my people to make sure that there's laws in place that when things go bad, it's affordable with the money that I was able to keep from paying you, so I can fix things to go by right. Give us the responsibility. Government, corporations, insurance companies, if you're not going to do your job, it's time to get rid of you. What is the point of having you, ladies and gentlemen? How have we become... Why are people this weak here in America? I can't get it. I don't get it. It's not in me. It's easy to say that this majority of the people are weak. Where are my like-minded people that know exactly what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to? Like, I don't know, man. This wildfire in Los Angeles and this whole thing happening with insurance companies leaving months prior. I don't even want to be the conspiracy theorist. I do not care. This is not about me being a conspiracy theorist and say, oh, it was man-made, they lit it. Let's just say if it was a wildfire that happened and it was by nature this happened. For the fact that the insurance companies were able to leave California, a place known for wildfires, and leave those homes uninsured with no responsibility because you left months behind. It's not like you left years ago and you gave us years to keep that money that we've been paying you. Because I'm pretty sure these places, these homes, they've been paying for insurance for quite some time before they withdrew. And at the last second, after you got your pockets fat, you were able to go. And Governor Newsom and his government and everybody else will say, oh, it's fine. You know, you just keep, you corporations keep fattening up my pockets and I'll keep doing you a favor and we'll keep manipulating the people. And we, our dumbasses, keep letting this happen. We don't take a stance. We don't put any pressure to our public servants. And we wonder how atrocities like this are happening. And now we're lined up, handing out bags of goodies to help these people get by. As if that's going to be enough when you lose everything. Ladies and gentlemen, they're losing everything. These people in Cali have lost everything. I don't know if you know how it feels like when you don't have anywhere to go. Your home is burnt out. These people are being displaced. That means they have to go live with either families. They got to go stay in shelters. They got to go live in hotels for as much as they can because they ain't got no money. They don't have a car to go to work, so they can't keep their income going. So what is it that, how the hell, this country seems like it's not looking good. Future look bright, my ass. And if you're counting on your Lord and Savior Trump, oh God, oh my God for y'all. Oh my goodness, God's gracious. For y'all that keep riding to your Lord and Savior Trump, you pathetic fools. This man is already talking about taking over Greenland, Panama, what else? Canada. He's already talking crazy out of his mouth. He wants to do things that are going to require more billions of dollars of our money, our taxpaying money. He doesn't sound like a guy that's trying to really reduce spending at all. It doesn't say. He says he's going to end wars, but you ending one to start another. You're starting more beefs. Well, I guess he's saying Greenland is willing and they're happy to become that, okay? But Denmark is saying, okay, yeah, but we got to do it more nicely or whatever the case may be, whatever he's trying to do. Let's just say if he's successful and he makes Greenland part of America, okay? How much is that going to cost in order to convert those people, make them citizens, and start building militaries and all those military bases over there like you want to improve? Because this is all about the battle of the superpowers. He's concerned about Panama because of China and their soldiers down there. Okay. So he wants to beef up military down there. He's concerned about Greenland because of Russia. And Canada, who knows what the hell he's concerned about over there. They've been good. They've been our next door neighbors. We've been fine. So who knows what the hell he's talking about now. He's talking about taxing the goods, this, that, and the third. Nothing sounds cheap. But if you're waiting for your Lord and Savior, good luck. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm not optimistic on the guy whatsoever. Because he's just a politician. He's not God. It's going to take a lot more than Trump to make things better. It's going to take you, the people, to finally get it and get your head out your ass. The man can't do it by himself. He's not God. I'm sorry. He can't. You're going to have to be smart people and figure things out. Which brings me to my next subject, to make matters even worse, right? Your guy, Mark Zuckerberg, right, recently had the audacity to make a short clip apologizing for how he was suckered into taking away the American people's free speech due to what this current administration threatened him to do on behalf of censoring and removing political and social content that didn't suit the agenda of what this government wanted for these past few years since COVID. And basically with that, I myself have fallen victim to that. I have an whole episode about it. And I got to keep repeating to you guys. For every promotion I paid, okay, 90% of them were shot down. I repeat. Over 90% of the promotions I've paid to get, to reach a broader audience for my short clips, they were shot down because it didn't fit the agenda of this current government administration and what Mark Zuckerberg and the Democrats wanted to, release about either COVID, politics, social issues. You have to literally go to my page in order to watch it because there was nothing that didn't, that would get taken down because it was foul. But when it came to me coming out of my own pocket to pay for promotion, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, and all Meta platforms, including TikTok, which happened to be a Chinese platform, they've all shut down. To make matters worse, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you understand about why it's so difficult to be a content creator. Let me explain to people that don't know why it's very difficult to be a content creator, especially in today's times. In today's times, when you want to talk about politics and social issues, you're faced with a lot of negative, agendas, from both Republicans or Democrats, or just this government in general. All right. And these people, what they tend to do, our congressmen and whatnot, they'll pull a Mark Zuckerberg in front of, put him on the hot seat, in front of Congress, and they'll drill him about the things that he's doing wrong on his platform. They'll go get the TikTok CEO, they'll drill him. And then you got your ass kissers like Elon, who rides the coattails of the upcoming president. Because before he was, he's very smart now. He didn't really pick a side. But when he figured that this administration was doing so bad, he decided to ride the D of Donald Trump, so now he's basically, he's just going along to get along, in my personal opinion, okay? And what they do is, these three guys, the TikToks, the X, the Meta platforms, they've have such a conglomerate, a monopoly on social media to the point where you cannot get your point across unless you are registered with these three or one or whatever entity. In order to get your word across to be heard by the masses, you have to sign up. And what makes matters worse, each and every one is controlled by the government. You don't got to believe me. Just go listen to Mark Zuckerberg. You don't got to believe me. Just go watch how Elon Musk is riding the coattail of Donald Trump. And look how TikTok is on the verge of getting banned because they're not going with the agenda that this government is doing. And from what I'm heard, Trump is going to save them when he comes back, because TikTok had a lot to do, because they're very slick. This is China we're talking about. They had a lot to do with Trump getting in the office. So Trump likes TikTok. So when he comes back, of course, he's going to work a deal. But TikTok was bumping a lot of heads with this current administration. And everything you post, if it doesn't fit an agenda, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not catering to the agenda, whether it's the Democrats with the Meta platforms, if it's not, Republicans with X, and whatever the hell TikTok and China's agenda is, like there's certain agendas you have to adhere to. That's what makes being a content creator so different, so difficult. And now we're living in a time where freedom of speech is limited and you don't even have it anymore. And you got guys on like Mark Zuckerberg's coming up here apologizing and said, I'm so sorry that we couldn't really let, like 90%, ladies and gentlemen, of my paid promotions were shot down. You literally have to go to my page in order to see it. I'm paying for this. And it was like, nah, we're good. Our pockets are already fat. I'm a $1 billion corporation. We don't need your money. We rather put out some BS. And if you're not with the BS that we want you to put out, we're not going to accept you. We're just going to deny your promotion and say, hey, you're not authorized to talk about politics. Like in the land of America, I can't even tell my truth about my political stance on what is happening in America. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think Donald Trump is going to come make the difference, I don't believe it though. I don't. He can't do it overnight. I'll be quite shocked let's just say if he does it. It's not even going to happen overnight. So it's more BS that we have to deal with, more excuses and more of the blame game. Well, I couldn't get it done because the previous administration, the same thing Obama was doing, the same thing all of them do. They blame each other. Same thing Biden was just doing now. He was blaming the Republicans for not getting certain. It's a game that they manipulate and play on you idiots, but yet you guys are still choosing to be Democrat or Republican instead of American and realizing there's a small group of people that serve their interests and not your dumbasses. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Ladies and gentlemen, it's clear as hey, this is an evil world that we live in. It is evil as hell out here, man. It really is, man. And there's typically enough wealth, as I said numerous times, is enough of everything to go around in abundance. And it's not even being shared upon. Whether, we're talking about families like Koch, the Medici family, the Rothschilds, the Koch family, the AI side, like BlackRock, JP Morgan. I mean, the list goes on and on, All these people could even end famine, just hypothetically speaking. But we're just living in a very evil world where the rich are really not giving a damn about the common folk. And they're running everything and they're manipulating everything and they're making people like me and you work our asses off for pennies on the dollar. While them and their kids and their families can sit back and not do a damn thing and just point a finger and get some shots called. And the more and more you're getting exposed about this online, and we're saying, hey, people, you're going to have to unite. You're going to have to set your differences aside. You idiots keep falling for the same trick bag. And that's what's making me most uncomfortable of all of what's been happening and taking place. It's the lack of unity. It's going to be said numerous times on Use Your Own Intelligence podcast. If anybody follow this podcast, it's really me exposing the lack of unity I'm seeing in not only just America, Haiti, Africa. We're talking about the world. It's sickening that we're letting small groups of people cause this much atrocities. But for the like-minded people that get it, unite. I know y'all get it. There's a few. There's a few that really get it. Because most of us got it. A lot of this that's taking place wouldn't be able to go down. That's how I know majority of the people, I got to be honest with you, you're just not that bright. You're not that smart. And it's kind of to the point where you might just deserve what the hell you got coming to you. How many times do people really have to tell you guys the common sense things? Just the common sense alone. It's not being used. It's not common at all. And I hate to, toot my own horn as if I'm the smartest guy in the world, because I'm not. But by God, I love for the fact that Lord gave me common sense to thrive on. And I use it, and it helps me and suits me to hell well. I just don't go along to get along. When things don't make sense, I try to look and see anybody else who's, you see that too? And it's usually not a lot. Because most of you idiots would just go along to get along. When things are not making sense, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to question it. Just don't ride coattails and go along to get along. It's going to make your life miserable. I promise you. This military industrial complex that we're suffering from our tax dollars, it's crazy. What just happened in LA with the wildfires, you best believe, don't worry, Ukraine, Israel, they're going to get there. They're going to get their money regardless. And they're going to continue getting their money. Can you say the same for the people in LA that lost their homes? Can you say the same for the people in Hawaii who lost their homes and small businesses? I mean, both parties. Can you say the same? Can you say the government is going to be there as if they are for them to serve that interest, that military industrial complex? What the hell is it, people, that we're not noticing? And we're not waking up to really question and put pressure on our public. It just bothers me that the land, and the right to bear arms, we don't pressure our public servants. We get pimped. They take our money. They do what the hell they want with it, and they tell us to shut the hell up. And we just go in our corner and we go back to work. We go back home. We get punked and we don't say anything. Not me. For all the like-minded people that get it, I love it, man. I love it. Keep commenting, keep saying, keep rocking, keep liking. I love it. I don't need a large crowd because I know majority of people don't get it. Because the majority of people got it, this world would be the whole better place than it is now. But this world we living in it's evil. Hell is here on earth, without a doubt. Like, this place is really evil, and you got to be a smart, brave, stand-up person in order to really get by in a comfortable manner. I see why the majority of us are in misery, because majority of us are not willing to unite. They're not willing to say anything. They don't want to pressure their public service, and you fall for anything. Most of y'all fall for any damn thing. For all y'all still running to the booth calling yourself a Republican or Democrat, you're part of the idiots. You're part of the idiots in this country. You don't get it. Quote me on that. If you're still running around screaming that you're a Republican or Democrat, you're an idiot. Hands down, no debate. I'm sorry, I got to tell you that. It makes no sense. You would not be able to justify to me why being a Democrat or Republican is going to benefit you. If you were to say, yeah, me being American benefits me and us coming together with our bright ideas to make pressure on our public servants, that is the most brilliant thing I've ever heard in my life. Both Republicans and Democrats coming together as Americans, putting pressure on public servants to do exactly what our tax dollars is paying them to do. That is the most brilliant plan I've ever seen in my life. You calling yourself a Republican or Democrat, you look like a damn idiot to me. And trust by God, I don't stand alone. There's a lot of brilliant people that think the same thing. When the hell will y'all get it? When? What is it going to take? But I digress. Moving on, man. And speaking of such, whatever, I couldn't end this episode without getting into Haitian politics, all right? Just to get off topic a little bit. In Haiti recently, 750 new police officers graduated, ready to tackle insecurity throughout the capital and around this, and around this same time, if y'all don't know, with these 750 new police officers that graduated from the Port-au-Prince, Academy. A former Haitian police officer, Casimir, was arrested and faced charges of allegedly smuggling firearms to Haiti, some of which are linked to gangs. All right, now, as much as I want to be excited for Haiti, this story happens way too often, okay? With our police officers, being involved with some type of corruption, throughout our capital of Port-au-Prince, right? And I want to be thrilled. I want to be excited for these 700 police officers, but it's so often and it's so common for an officer to be linked to some type of corruptions, whether you're sending ammunition, money, drugs, whatever you happen to. Some are always linked to the gangs, all right? So I really don't know how to feel about this, all right? And on top of that, we're still inviting foreigners, to come fight the gangs for us, as if, we couldn't pay what we pay Kenyan to pay the able-bodied men in Haiti to join our forces to fight our own people and to get us, ish in order. This is the most mind-boggling thing I keep telling you guys about Haiti, and it bothers me. You just can't really trust the police force. This is the same police force, ladies and gentlemen. I want to remind you guys, that was involved in killing our former president, Jovenel Moïse. During the time he got infiltrated, you know what I'm saying, there was basically nobody at the post, at his house guarding him and protecting him as they should. There were some officers that left their post. Who knows where the hell they were at? It was so many inconsistencies with our police and protecting our president when foreigners were able to come in and just assassinate him. How embarrassing is that? The same police force. So I don't know. Don't get, don't be upset with me because I'm not thrilled about 750 new police officers because, as long as American government are sticking their feet, foot on that soil, dictating, what happens in Haiti. Haiti will always be in disarray. You got a guy like Anthony Blinken calling the shots at this moment. He comes down here and he orchestrates a presidential council, and he's basically calling the shots on how to combat, these gangs and to bring some stability to the capital. But Anthony Blinken, must I remind you that 99.9% of the weapons that are coming into the country are manufactured from United States gun companies. If you want to help, why don't you stop allowing these guns to come in? Why don't you stop playing stupid as if you don't know how these guns are coming in? Like I told you, 90% of these guns that are coming into Haiti are coming from America and our gun manufacturing companies here. That's the thing about the American government. You see, they benefit from the instability of Haiti. They're not here to help. They're able to come into the country and do as they please as long as it's unstable. It's a benefit for the American government. They can go in there, take advantage of the people and the resources as much as they can. It's an open game for them. They do what they want when they want. And this puppet American government, this puppet Haitian government, they're going to continue to allow it because they were put in place here by the American government. The same people who are basically an enemy to Haiti are orchestrating how Haiti should go. And what makes matters worse, I keep telling you guys, I can't even blame the American government. I mean, for most of it, they're partial to blame, but the majority of the blame is us. It's on us, the Haitian people, because we allow it. We haven't grew the balls enough to really stand up yet, like we did in 1804, and say enough is enough. We don't want you here. We could take power. We know we can handle these problems on our own. Haitians, a lot of Haitians, we still don't get it. We're kissing ass. We're still trying to run over here to America because the situations are so bad. And what makes it worse, the diaspora, we're not doing much in order to help our country. We're not doing enough. We still haven't united. There's not a platform by the millions of diasporas yet. I've been screaming for it. For the top of my lungs, hey, diaspora, we need a platform, us registered by the millions, so we can orchestrate votes, so we start building on our infrastructure and helping out at least stabilizing Port-au-Prince, to say the least. And Haitians, we don't want to unite. If you knew better, you do better. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to keep repeating to myself, I'm under the conception that things have to get worse. Things have to become more catastrophic in order for people to get it. And even then, hell, I don't even think that's going to be enough. If you're with a small group of people, you're with a group of people that get it, God bless you. You're going to be all right. As much as I like to see a better world and I like to see people get it and to really tighten up and not to fall for the same trick bags that you always fell for, whether you're American and you're still falling for the, manipulated by the government, whether you're Haitian and you're still getting manipulated by the American government and both the Haitian puppet government. Whatever the case may be, I pray that it gets better. I mean, I'm one of those people. That's why I, created this podcast, because I really want to see more like-minded people make a difference. Because what I see this world is going into, it's bothering me. It really is. If you think everything is peachy, you look weird to me. For those people that think, no, it's not that bad. No, it's not that bad because you have it good. But open up your eyes, you idiot. The world is not that nice. Everything is not peaches and cream. There's famine out here. There's a continent of people that are being, fully taken advantage of their resources. There's islands of people that are fully getting taken advantage of. Americans who are too dumb enough to really unite to make this a better place, even though it's by far the most privileged. But damn, don't lie and say we can't have any more. We don't need improvements here. Especially for what you just see took place in California and Los Angeles. ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to stretch this one out. I'm really not, man. I'm just really, really hoping that y'all get it. You know, for the like-minded people, continue to like, continue to support, you know. If TikTok remains, good, I think it will. I think Trump is going to allow it. You know, for all my people on TikTok, keep rocking with me. My biggest audience. So, you know, I didn't want to stretch this one out. I just wanted to get straight to the point. And with that being said, thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good day.
Man, this shit is getting crazy. Never seems to amaze me. I think the devil's trying to play me. Oh, Lord. But I'm a different type of nigga. Worth about 5 or 6 figures. Once that profit get bigger, you know. I gotta triple up on this cheese. Take a flight right over them seas. Maybe make a trip to Haiti. Who knows? I just know that I have to go get it. And America's looking so hectic. Make you wanna grab the tech by the second. Yes, Lord. How the fuck it come to that? Most of these niggas out here rats. And that statement can't be tracked. Yeah, I know. But these crackers is doing the sentencing. In the jail, you niggas repenting then. On the block, you be killing your men again. I know. This system been a trap. This shit must collapse. We ain't about far ways from that. Yeah, they know. We gon' get through regardless. All that small talk so harmless. Y'all pop us under this garment. Whoa. It ain't gotta come to that. Niggas been for peace till I proceed and really state the facts. These fuckers can't stand the fact we black. Jay Blake caught 7 to the back. And then I caught Arbery with some armory, trying to run the 4 flat. I'm trying to keep my sanity intact. But the shit is getting deeper. Every time I watch the news, there's some white dudes playing like the Grim Reaper. Nigga, I ain't never been a sleeper. Rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. But I swear to God, you touch my doorknob, you niggas gonna meet your maker. This country getting faker. They gon' try to outdate ya. For the immortalized, they gon' prophesize, you ain't gotta speak the nature. Just when you caramelize, it's when they see demise, it must be second nature. You can do us all a favor. Go ahead and catch the vapors. Act civilized and match the eye for eye, cause it won't be no one to save ya. And I'm a lovable type of neighbor. Might run you a couple of favors. But when you cross the line is when I see divide. I ain't forgiving you like your savior. Is you loving this type of behavior? I'm just a man, I ain't trying to persuade you. Hey.